Welcome back to another Betwixt the Real video. Tonight we went and saw David Copperfield, and just to let you know there is no magic in this video, as well as there was no magic in the film either. I thought that was horrendous.
Yeah, I hated it. It was boring and uninteresting and unfunny.
It was just large amounts of like depression with like little bits of laughter. Like I felt that all the actors were great and they worked well together, but I just felt that the story in itself was quite boring.
I just didn't get half of it. I don't like. It's a book written by Charles Dickens, isn't it? It's not a real person.
Charles Dickens, yeah, no. Well, the magician is, but the book, no. The book is, the same guy that wrote Christmas Carol and that.
Yeah.
Is it Christmas Carol?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at the time when it first come out, it would have been quite good. You know what I mean? Like
Because I don't know. I mean, I've never read the book. So
I don't think I will read the book. But then David Copperfield, the magician, took his name Copperfield because he liked the book so much.
Don't know.
But I just found it very dull. It was really dull.
Like the first half, that it was just a mess. Like it felt like everything. It felt like they were just throwing everything at you. They didn't give you like a bit of rest to sort of like gather what was going on. It was just sort of like it became visual noise at a point where just you couldn't really focus on anything.
Yeah, there's a part where all of the stories come together at once, and you're bombarded by characters, and then all the characters seem to know each other.
I don't know,
like Hugh Laurie and all that knew each other, and the woman at the front at the beginning, and then all these kids. And I'd never understood how there's one of the stories in it, or one of the people that he lives with right at the beginning. They all have that. He's got like what, 5 kids. Every time David Copperfield meets him throughout his life, they're all the same age. Do you notice that the kids never grew up? She always had the same baby. But yet he was like, what, 20, 25 years older, and she still had the baby.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense to me. Like, is that just bad writing? I don't know. Is that supposed to be the story you're supposed to... Because he's writing it, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were doing.
It just felt very... Like I said, I think by the time it come out, the book would have been, well, what it is, isn't it? It's, massive. But now it just seems a bit...
Yeah, I don't know, maybe the book's probably better than that, because that was a bit of a mess.
I think if you wanted to watch a film like that, Big Fish with Ewan McGregor is much better. You never seen that?
No.
So in that, it's a man who likes to tell stories, and he tells stories about his life, and then you find out that the people in the stories are real, but they're exaggerated. So he was a storyteller. So it had that sort of like fairy tale sort of thing to it, but they were real people. It made sense. In this, he's telling the story of the people and stuff in his history, but they're either not real, or I don't know. It's either some of them are real and some of them not. Like I said, that the whole thing about the children not growing up, I can't get that out of my head. Like, if they're people in his life, why haven't they grown up? Because they would have stories of their own. Like, did he not interact with those kids once they'd grown up?
I don't know.
It didn't make any sense to me like that. So I don't know. Like, Big Fish made more sense, and this just seems like random stories with one person throughout. You know what I mean? Like David Copperfield's the main character, and he's just gone, right, David Copperfield, what happened when he was young? What happened when he was this age? Let's miss out the entirety of his teenage years because he was in a bottle factory. And then what happens after that? It seems like he's loosely picking stories for one person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know. Like I said, there was nothing wrong with the actors.
Yeah,
I mean, Hugh Laurie and all that was fine, and they played it really well. And even the guy... But then that didn't make sense to me. Like, he was Indian, and his mum was super white, and I'm pretty sure his mum was that girl with the dog the same actress?
Oh, really?
I don't know. You
I
didn't
don't
see
know.
the mum for long enough, but it just, I don't know, they look the same.
I don't know. I don't know about the dad. I mean,
Yeah,
dead,
so I mean,
so
yeah,
I
his
don't know
dad,
who he
David
was.
Copperfield, was dead.
Hmm.
And he was Indian, and his mum was like super white. So that would say to me that his dad was super Indian.
Hmm.
And then Wakefield, the guy from Doctor Strange, the Korean, his daughter was black. And then his mate from university was like ridiculously posh white, and his mum was super black.
Yeah.
So obviously, when what's his face wrote the book, it was in a time where everyone was white. So I don't know if they're trying to just make it, oh, let's balance it out and be fair. And all of these things could happen. I'm not saying that the guy can't have a black mum, but they're extremes. They're not mild. They're like one or the other.
Some of the casting really makes sense. Would go with each other.
No, that's what. Because as well, if his dad was Indian, why was his auntie super white? You know what I mean? It didn't. I don't know. It didn't seem. But these aren't things you're supposed to notice. You're not supposed to sit there and think to myself, hang on, he can't be Indian because you're supposed to concentrate on the story. But when the story's so boring, your mind drifts and you think to yourself, that don't seem right to me. Like the kids, no one sits there and goes, hang on a minute, that baby's about 35 years old and he still shit himself. You know what I mean? Like no one thinks like that. But
the kids didn't increase in numbers, did they?
No.
Like they were the same amount
the
of
same,
kids.
yeah.
I'm trying to...
The same, because you remember that there's a bit where the rug's being pulled out from underneath the door and there's a baby in the crib. Yeah, that's the same baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
If anything, the baby got smaller. I don't know how that works.
Maybe that it was supposed to be like all, book.
That's what I mean.
Whimsical, I don't
Like, is he telling a made-up story, or because it doesn't make sense whether if they're real people in his life, why didn't those kids have a life?
I don't know. I don't know if he was supposed to be exaggerating or anything.
I don't know. No. I think, like I said, when the story sort of, because you're interested at the beginning because it's the beginning of the film, and then your mind sort of drifts because you're thinking, when's this going to end? And then you just pick up on little things that didn't make sense. And
it wasn't particularly funny either.
No,
it was the type of thing where the trailer showed the only real interesting bits, but then when you see that in the film, you're like, oh, I've seen that already.
Yeah.
I'm not going to laugh at that.
Yeah, it's another situation where the trailer does too much. But then, if the trailer didn't have the funny bits in it, I don't think we would have gone and seen it. So
I didn't really get the humour very much. Like, why did that woman not like donkeys? What? Like, was it just random? I don't...
See, I don't know. Maybe these are things that... Because most of the time, in all of cases, books are more detailed than the film. So there might be more things in it that... But then, if he's telling a story, then he's trying to add humour. And I suppose that was a little bit funny when she kicked the woman off the donkey, which was in the trailer. The humour was more characteristic than, like, telling jokes. You were supposed to laugh at the outrageousness of the character, and that's what he picked up and wrote about. But it also...
Because there was a part at the beginning where she looked disappointed because he wasn't a girl, but that never really came up again. Like, was that supposed to...
Yeah, it was, because that's why she called him a different name.
Like, Thumbwood, I can't
Trot or something. Yeah, that's what she wanted him to be called as a girl.
I mean, that's not like a girl's name.
No, I don't think it's any sort of any sort of name in general, but she's very controlling. I think that was the idea of it. But no, I don't know. I just think it's very loosely... I would have much rather gone seen David Copperfield. I think if he had made that film disappear, I would have been very happy. No, I don't know. Like, considering it won so many awards, but then this is the problem with awards, because who's voting for these fucking films?
Did
you know
it?
what I mean? Yeah, it won loads.
I'm surprised that was even in cinema. It was a film for film.
Well, most of these films get, like, 1917 won BAFTAs and things, and it hadn't even come out yet. It won the awards like a week before it came out. So you can't really judge these things. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what.
It was a film I'm glad I saw at the cinema. Would I watch it again? Probably not. But, you know, it had its moments, I guess. I enjoyed Hugh Laurie. I haven't seen him in a while. And I love the guy that does the voice for Paddington Bear. The guy, I'm sorry, I've been trying to learn gentleman's humour from a book.
Oh, I didn't know he was in it.
What?
I didn't know that he voiced Paddington.
Yeah, he's the voice Paddington. And I'm pretty sure he's Q or whatever in James Bond. The one that makes all the gadgets. In the new one.
Isn't he, like, half cast, though?
No.
I hate the new James Bond.
He was in
so.
Perfume as well. Good guy. Yeah, no, I think most people will find that boring. I think people enjoyed the book. As we saw in the cinema, they were sort of like an older generation. People that have read the book would probably enjoy it. I'd stick to Christmas Carol, to be honest. I don't really like... That was a bit... Watch
Shite.
Big Fish. Watch Big Fish.
To see that big fish.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor, and it's got Danny DeVito in it.
Oh.
Yeah, he plays a circus. He's what they call it, ringleader. They're the leader of the circus. Yeah. And the guy that played the Oompa Loompa in the new Charlie and Chocolate Factory, the Indian bloke. Yeah, he's in it. But you like Charles Dickens? Go see it at the cinema. If not, probably give it a miss. Maybe wait until it comes on Now TV or something, because it's not worth it. Go to Las Vegas, see David Copperfield. Yeah. If you like the video, like, subscribe. We're going to try and get another video out this weekend, hopefully. We'll see what we can do. Depends on schedules. But, till next time. See you guys later.